Happy Monday. Spend a day with me in Beijing. I'm gonna leave my Mauser on because it is freezing. Okay, so I'm walking to the train station and we're going today to do a little bit of brand partnership. So first we're going to a spa and they're doing a complimentary treatment for me. They gave me a few options. It's like kind of lymphatic massage. So I went with the legs option. So we're gonna do a bit of a massage, do some filming, and then we're gonna go to Starbucks and do some work. We'll find somewhere cool to go for lunch, and I'll talk you through how to find somewhere to eat in China. And then we're going to a luxury gym tonight, later today, after the meeting that we've got at 3 p.m. And we're going to do some content for that gym, so that will be interesting. So let's go. Also, I feel like prior to living in China, I would have never worn the hood, but it is just so cold. So I think right now in Beijing, the Apple Maps weather says that it feels like -18 and can confirm that that is true. It is so cold. Like as I'm holding my camera out, my hands are like freezing. So anyway, keep warm. I actually keep getting a cough, which is so annoying. So like, these are my Chinese friends are like, oh my gosh, you should be wearing a mask. I'm like, yes, but I also just want to get used to this cold. Like my body's obviously just never been in temperatures like this before. So anyway, let's go.
Okay, so I was cleaning out my SD card and I actually think that this intro is very good. It covers a lot of topics, and yes, I did film it in January, but I'm gonna film the back end of this video now. So currently it is April, but I'm going to pick up on quite a few of the different kind of topics I mentioned in this intro. So let's get started. For context, bit of a disaster. So I came to Chaoyang Park and I ran into these ball things. And then for some reason my camera was dead. And so I picked up a power bank and now I have 15% and we're running out of light. So let's get started, let's get into it. How are you guys? Love you. It's been a while. Not really. I posted like yesterday, right? In today's video, we're going to walk and talk. So yes, I'm in Chaoyang Park and I actually hear some music in the distance. There's kind of people everywhere. So like, do I walk on the path behind me and just like, you know, roll with it? Or do I just like stand here like an idiot and talk to you? Like, I think I want to walk, but then yeah, I'm gonna walk because there's lights up there. So it might just be easier from a lighting situation. And I've got my mic on, so it should be fine. Okay, so today in our video, we're gonna talk about daily life basics in China. All of these topics, by the way, I mentioned in the intro. And then I'm gonna talk about taking care of yourself here. And then I'm gonna talk about working in China. And I'm gonna wrap it up with like what a random day actually looks like. Maybe I'll give you some insight into my Saturday. Okay, because obviously I don't wanna power the light up because my camera has no charge. So daily life basics in China. So obviously I filmed the start of this video in winter in January, and I guess like, would I travel to China in winter? I don't think so. Well, I would go to Altai. Would I come to Beijing in winter? Not necessarily. And the reason why is it's just so cold. I'm just gonna do the China squat and like prop my camera up against my leg. But yeah, I guess, would I travel to China in winter? Not necessarily. Okay, for context, by the way, I haven't really been around Liangma, which is the Liangma River, before. I filmed a short video in there, but like not this section, but it's actually so cool. So I'll definitely bring my parents back here. And I do need to purchase the DJI small camera, so I'll just have it on my chest so you guys can see everything. But I did film some like B-roll kind of footage for you guys to have a look at Liangma Chao. Okay, so yeah, I guess in terms of the skiing holiday, we do as a family plan to come here for Christmas. And I guess you've got two options. So you've got where I was, so Altai is the ski region, and you've got Hemu Nongsung, which is Hemu village, or you've got Ke Tuhai ski resort, or Coco K. From my research, Hemu village is more like resort style, but even then compared to like living in Beijing, it was pretty like they didn't have Meituan, 没有Meituan啊，没有 Wi-Fi. So I think given like when I'm doing this trip with my parents, I'm going to places that I've already been. Would I go there by myself? Obviously yes, but would I take my parents to somewhere I haven't been like before I proofed it out? Not necessarily. So that's the only thing to consider traveling here in winter. Also in the daily life section, I mentioned in the start of this video like how to find a restaurant in China. So you just want to use Dianping, and the easiest way to use Dianping is actually, it was comparing like the WeChat mini program and that native app. And I think it's pretty much the same. I don't think just the in-app navigation is slightly different, but from a translation perspective, what you're going to do is you're going to use DeepSeek and Dianping in the same kind of, on the same phone. And that's going to help you search in Chinese on Dianping. So use DeepSeek and then input the Chinese characters into Dianping, and then obviously just have Dianping translating. So I guess in a different video, we should kind of run through Dianping together. All right, so that's how you find a restaurant, and like I can find a restaurant just as good as my Chinese friends, so that's just the way to do it, Dianping, eh? Sometimes you can also look on Xiaohongshu, but I kind of find Xiaohongshu to be unreliable. Like for example, in Guangzhou, I went to this like bookstore, and yeah, it was Instagrammable, but did it have a vibe? No, but Dianping said it didn't, but Xiaohongshu said it did. So I think Dianping is just the way to go in terms of finding a restaurant. Okay, and then also daily life basics. I actually just wanted to talk about where people work from. And I think the biggest productivity hack here, and I'm going to talk about this probably later in the video, is working from WeWork. So I used to work from Starbucks. You can see that we're really losing light now. So that's interesting. I wonder, should I keep walking or should I just like stay here? I'm just going to stay here. Like this is comfortable. Like I'm in China. I'm in Chaoyang Park. Woo, let's go. Okay, so where do people work? So people work here from Starbucks usually, and like there's not really a work from home culture here. So I think the biggest productivity hack that I've had is actually working from a WeWork, and the subscriptions comparative to Australia are quite affordable. And so just buy, like I bought a monthly pass, but you could just buy a 10-day pass. So if you're planning to work while you're traveling, do it from WeWork. In the major cities, there's WeWorks. And then in smaller cities, I think you're probably gonna struggle, but on Dianping again, you could probably find like a flexible office solution. Number two, let's talk about taking care of yourself here. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna preface this part. I think it's just gonna be better from a flow perspective if I walk and talk. I feel like when I shoot YouTube videos, sometimes I'm always like just talking too fast. And I think I just need to relax sometimes because you guys like the content, right? Like we're a community, let's go. Okay, so in terms of taking care of yourself here, obviously in the start of this video, I mentioned that I keep getting sick. And now that the weather's warming up, like right now I'm just wearing like a small like sweater. I think it's like 22 degrees. I'm fine. But in winter, I was kind of getting pretty sick, to be honest. And so I guess from a healthcare perspective, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I do think that accessing Chinese hospitals as a Waigoran, as someone who doesn't speak very good Chinese, if you can't speak any Chinese at all, I think it is pretty difficult. Like my friends that work in the diplomatic field, they all have private health insurance, and so they get access to English-speaking doctors. But for example, the other day I went to a hospital and the doctor couldn't speak English. So that's probably just a consideration. Like I do feel like healthcare here, it's a little bit harder to access than at home. So just kind of like mixed reviews on that. And obviously I just got a root canal done. And I actually think that the dentist specifically that I went to, fantastic, like so good. That was Beijing Dashware Stomatology Unit, Beijing University Stomatology. Yeah, I guess like a lot of foreigners or like my friends in the diplomatic field, they go to Raffles or United Healthcare, and actually United reached out to me, they want to do a brand deal, so that's interesting. But yeah, I think from a like affordability perspective, if you're in China traveling, sure, go to a private hospital. If you live here, like, I don't know, I feel like the care or the skill set from my research is better in public hospitals, but there's obviously just the language barrier. So 如果我戴我的小米眼镜，然后我的眼睛可以翻译， and that's like helpful. But if I didn't have the Xiaomi glasses, I feel like I would be like pretty nervous to go into a Chinese hospital. So I think that's probably it from like a healthcare perspective, and then also from a wellness perspective. So I guess like in general, normal like facials and that are quite easy, like they're quite affordable comparative to Australia. Again, it's not very common that they can speak English. So I actually went to get acupuncture before. I was having this conversation with the doctor saying like, well, I feel like if you live in a country, you should at least try to speak the language. And like, he was so impressed. He was like, you've lived here for 5 months and you can like understand me. And like that, but that's like hours of work. And I've obviously studied Chinese before like living here. So that's probably just a consideration in terms of wellness. Like I think if you live here and you can't speak Chinese, I think it's a little bit inconvenient. So yeah, I guess in terms of taking care of yourself, I haven't really done a good job of that. And maybe like an example of that is like my eyebrows. We're getting closer to the music, by the way. I've just not had a good experience with getting my eyebrows done here. I'm obviously not wearing makeup today. And so yeah, in terms of like those beauty routines, it can be mixed in terms of where you go. You probably just have to find somewhere that aligns with like what you're looking for. So yeah, I think I've blabbered on enough about like wellness now. And then probably let's talk about gym culture. So in the start of this video, I was talking about how this luxury gym was like, oh my gosh, come make videos for us. And I went there once and like, yeah, it was phenomenal in terms of there was a rock climbing wall in the gym, but was it really, is it something that I wanted to like put my name to? Because they gave me 3 months free. They didn't even give me any like requirements, but I didn't really want to suggest it because I actually thought that it was too dark. Oh, it's getting loud now. I wonder if the sound is okay. But yeah, I actually didn't really like the gym. Okay, and now I'm running out of battery. Okay, great. All right, let's talk about working life in China then. So yes, I am working with Chinese brands a little bit now, and overall I would say they're quite easy to deal with in terms of I'm just learning, like if I give all the information, I'm super professional, I manage the relationship, it's all good. But I do see how they could kind of take you for a ride. So you need to make sure that if you're working with Chinese brands, whether it be on Western social media or Douyin, Xiaohongshu, you need to make sure, whoa. You just need to make sure that you're professional, you set the scene, you manage the relationship. And we can probably break this down in a different video. And so I guess probably if I wrap it up, like what a normal day looks like for me is I probably need to like get into some insight into like what I've been doing for work here. But I basically am spending most of my days in the office for like a really long time. But today what did I do today? So today I got up, I went to this Chaoyang like startup investors meeting. They invited me for coffee. And so that was really cool. And the one takeaway I've got from that startup founders meeting this morning is so many people have ideas, but like if you've got an idea, just run with it and do it. But like I get you have to do the talking and that, but like say with me, I wanted to create content and here I am, let's go. And yes, I know that it's getting dark and a lot of people might be worried, but 在中国散步很安全. And so don't worry, like you're in China and you're at night. Like yesterday I left the office at like 10 o'clock and then I was walking home obviously in the dark and I was like shopping on Taobao while I was walking home. Like, I was literally like this, like I was like not looking up. And I got home and I was like, wow, I am so grateful to live here and just like, you know, be able to hold my camera, not look around, not look behind me. Like probably the takeaway from this one video, well, I've got 2 takeaways for you. If you're thinking about starting a business, like just do it. Like just like they always say, like the dumbest people are the smartest business people. No, that's not the right phrase. The people who don't care what people think. And so that's where like, if you've got an idea, like do it. It's so easy to validate an idea these days. And so 加油, 加油. And then the second takeaway is like, wow, like I'm not taking for granted like the fact that it is so safe here. Like it is just so safe. Like I'm alone in a park at night and yeah, there's people everywhere, but 如果我们在澳大利亚 and there's also people everywhere, 不安全啊. Okay, so we'll wrap the video there because my camera's gonna die. But if you got any questions, drop me a thing in the comments. I know I mentioned I want to do Q&A style, but yeah, next time I'll make sure that my camera's charged. Well, I charged it this morning though. Okay, this has been a very hectic vlog. Love you all. Bye bye.